Alrighty. Well, before we jump into weekly challenges, I want to say that a few of you guys are wondering where I'm at milestone-wise or just overall where am I. I finished every single milestone besides the ones that take forever to finish, such as outlast opponents and place top 10. I am a third of the way through place top 10. You have to get 300, so I'm at 100. And then I am stage 11 out of 20 on outlast opponents. I actually found a really fast way to do this. I mentioned it in the milestone video, which if you haven't watched it already, go watch it because I explained to you how to do every single milestone, and it's timestamped. So for anyone that needs one specific challenge, you can literally just click on which one you need. So yeah, but outlast opponents, I found a way to do it. I mentioned in that one, but I mean, if you want to go hear it, or you want to hear it here, solo squads, it actually goes faster than I thought it did. So yeah, but that's where I am at milestone wise. So if you're one of the few that were curious to see if I live up to the end of finishing all the milestones, I usually do, besides these two, because these two are just annoying and the 6,000 XP isn't worth it. But I usually finish it throughout the season, so there. But otherwise, you're probably here for the weekly challenges, which I got you, because the weekly challenges this week are actually not only kind of everywhere, but there's one that I'm not sure about because I have not seen the weapon and I have not heard of the weapon release date for it. So we'll get into that. It's like the second challenge. So if you're wondering what we're going to talk about, just wait because we're going to get into it. So welcome, weekly challenge, week 2. If you need XP, this is where you should be because it actually gives a decent amount of XP. It's like 20,000 per challenge on top of 20 or 50,000 3 times for finishing all the weekly challenges per week. So you get like I think it's a total of 6 levels per week. So it's really good. So but without further ado, let's get into the challenges. Of course, week 2 challenges. Starting off, we have open chests or ember boxes inside the driftwood. So if you don't know where the driftwood is, it actually, surprisingly enough, is kind of an ironic, or I guess it's not ironic. Well, actually it is kind of ironic of why it's called driftwood. So if you go into the middle of, I think the new location, yeah, it's called Lustrous Lagoon. If you go in the middle of it, there's a floating pirate ship because of the chrome season. No one wants to touch the chrome. But if you go in there, that is actually called the driftwood because it's a drift and it's made of wood. So driftwood, yeah, kind of funny. I see what you did there, epic. Pretty funny. But yeah, you have to open 3 chests, 3 ammo crates, whatever. I recommend going to the vault. If you have 2 keys, you can open it up and get it right away. Otherwise, you can just land there. There's like plenty of chests around the entire pirate ship. Or I guess driftwood. Yeah, if you, okay, yeah, I know. But yeah, it's super simple. That's the first challenge of the week. So you should do that and get it done. Next up, now this one, I honestly have no clue. The only footage that I could give you guys is from the clip of the season starting, like the one that they gave us. But it is destroy structures and objects with the explosive goo gun. I have no clue if this is out. Well, I mean, like when I'm making this video, it's the day prior, so I don't know if the goo gun is added. If it is, I'd imagine it would be something like getting the goo gun and just shooting some builds, and then you have to, destroy objects and structures 30 times. So, I mean, you do you, find it. I assume it's probably going to be one of those like find it anywhere kind of weapons. If not, I tried. I mean, this challenge is either going to get replaced because we have no news of the goo gun. And if it does, I got you covered because I actually got footage of the 2 challenges, extra ones, just in case they do replace it. So yeah. Anyways, moving on, we have eliminate opponents while chrome. This one's pretty simple, and a tip for anyone that doesn't know already: if you use a weapon to shoot anything that is chromed already, you actually get a lot more chrome, and you can just get as much chrome as you want. Like, I'm not even joking. And if you use a repair torch, holy moly, you can get like 50 chrome little things. I don't know what they're called. I think they're like chrome pods. I have no clue, but you can get a lot of them, and all you have to do is throw one on you, or you can even go to Herald Sanctum and go on one of those bounce pads or the D-pad things. And if it's chromed, you usually get chromed. And all you have to do is eliminate 3 opponents. So pretty simple. I mean, you have to be chromed while doing it, so it shouldn't be too hard. But if you land at Herald Sanctum, you could probably get it done fairly easy. Or use the method of just carrying like 8 of those little container goos with you and just throw it down and then eliminate someone. So yeah. But anyways, next up, we have gain shields at the reality tree. Now, this one's super simple. I honestly... just land there, and then all you have to do is gain 75 shield. You could just hop around on those mushrooms, and you get 10 per each. So you'd have to do like 8 of them, or you could just use the slurp fish, big pots, minis, any shields you can gain. I mean, it should be pretty self-explanatory, because I mean, heck, it's one of those challenges that you don't need, you know, me to explain, but I do anyways, because that's what I do, you know. But anyways, next up we have shoot targets while ziplining. Now, I'm a little kind of concerned because I don't know if it's asking or telling you. So sometimes with these quest lines or these challenges, they give dialogue and it makes you do something like interactive challenge. And this one is giving me an interactive kind of feel to it. There might be a zipline, zipline that actually makes you go to it and do it. And there's like little those red dots, and you might have to shoot those while going on the zipline. Or the one that I think it might be is you just have to shoot enemies, which I think is what it's asking for. It's 0 or it's 3 total targets. So, I mean, we'll see. I assume it's probably just regular targets, like one of those like red bullseye things. That's what it's asking for, but I don't know. You know, like I said, I record these before the challenge is even out, but I mean, the targets will probably be somewhere in Shifty, considering that's where most zip lines are, or it could be in Chonker Speedway or Cloudy condos, because there's some zip lines over there. Otherwise, I think that's like the 2 locations they could be, but I don't know. But I mean, the footage that I have is just shooting enemies, so yeah. Anyways, moving on. Next one is damage players within 5 seconds of mantling. This one's simple. I think this was a challenge last season. You just have to do damage. It's 350 damage, by the way. So this is multiple enemies, and this might take you a few tries at least. So if you're a no build, you probably do this twice or 2 enemies and you're done. But in building, it might take you a few, way more than a few. So yeah, 350 damage, 5 seconds of mantling, eliminate someone, bam, you should be good. Otherwise, next up we have emote for 5 seconds in the air, the flare ship, not the airship, the flare ship. I almost said the wrong thing. It's the same thing, but it's at Rave Cave. I was emoting on top of it, and I didn't read it properly. So go inside of the airship, which is at Rave Cave, or the flare ship. Call it what you want. It's an airship. It's an IO ship anyways. But anyways, you just go inside it, and emote for 5 seconds, and the challenge should be done. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I don't know how this IO ship appeared. It wasn't there last season, but hey, I'm not going to question Epic Games, because if I do, I mean, I don't know what would happen. But anyways, that's all the challenges for the week, surprisingly enough. Now I'm going to cover the last 2, because I don't know if these 2 challenges will be replacing the goo gun, because I have no clue if the goo gun's coming out or not. But the last 2 challenges is deal damage to opponents with a legendary weapon. Now you can get a legendary weapon pretty easily. You can go to vaults, open chests, sometimes you get them, or you can be smart and use your reality sapling and get a legendary weapon from that if you're on the legendary sapling one. I mean, you have to like read it every day, and it's complicated, but the point is you can get one from that if you're on the legendary day, I guess. And then the last one is search red toolboxes, which my recommendation is actually going to gas stations. I don't know why, but gas stations tend to have a high, well, I guess it makes sense, but yeah, I know, right? I just thought about it. Gas stations with little like cars outside of it. Yeah, they tend to have red toolboxes, and the bigger gas station is in like the middle of the circle or the middle of the map. So you can just go there and probably find more than one. So, I mean, one of these challenges might replace the goo gun. If not, the goo gun will, you know, you might be able to figure it out. If it somehow I figure something out, I'll put it down in the comments. But otherwise, that is all the challenges for the week. If you have any questions or concerns, anything like that, comment down below. I am open arms. I'm ready to listen to you guys. I'm actually enjoying the season so far. Let me know what you think of the season so far, and let me know what you think of the challenges, because I think challenges so far are bland and nothing to do. I mean, I love the XP and all, but I mean, come on, Epic, give us something. Make me drive half across the map for some reason that I would not want to. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Like the video. Comment down below if you need anything, right? You know, open arms and everything. But otherwise, have a great day, and I will see you guys next week.